GM Gurelediz rated 3297 versus GM Hikaru rated 3416. London System 3-minute blitz. Let's go. D4 solid move. NF6 developing nicely. NF3 interesting choice. G6 keeping it tight. BG5 building the position. BG7 solid move. NBD2 developing nicely. D6 interesting choice. E4 keeping it tight. C5 building the position. C3 solid move. CXD4 removes it from the board. CXD4 captures. OO keeping it tight. BD3 building the position. H6 solid move. BF4 developing nicely. E5 interesting choice. BG3 keeping it tight. EXD4 removes it from the board. OO solid move. NH5 developing nicely. NB3 interesting choice. NC6 keeping it tight. B-flat5 building the position. NXG3 takes. HXG3 snatches the piece. QB6 interesting choice. BC4 keeping it tight. NA5 building the position. NXE5 snatches the piece. DXE5 removes it from the board. RC1 interesting choice. BD7 keeping it tight. BD5 building the position. Rack 8 solid move. QF3 developing nicely. BF6 interesting choice. NC5 keeping it tight. B-flat5 building the position. RFD1 solid move. BG5 developing nicely. Na4 interesting choice. QF6 keeping it tight. RxC8 captures. RxC8 takes. QB3 developing nicely. B2 interesting choice. Re1 keeping it tight. D3 building the position. NC3 solid move. BD2 developing nicely. RxE2 captures. RxC3 takes. RxD2 snatches the piece. RxB3 removes it from the board. AXB3 captures. Ca6 interesting choice. BC4 keeping it tight. QC6 building the position. RxD3 captures. QXE4 takes. RF3 interesting choice. B5 keeping it tight. BXF7 plus takes with check, absolutely brutal. Kilogram 7 solid move. B6 developing nicely. H5 interesting choice. RF7 plus check. The pressure is on. KH6 building the position. KH2 solid move. A5 developing nicely. F3 interesting choice. QC2 keeping it tight. Ra7 building the position. E4 solid move. FXE4 captures. QXE4 takes. BF7 keeping it tight. H4 building the position. Ra6 solid move. HXG3 plus takes with check, absolutely brutal. KH3 interesting choice. QF5 plus check. The pressure is on. And Gurelediz resigns. Hikaru takes the win. What a game!